Where do we even start? Do we start from the coaches? Do we start from the players? Do we start from the organization? Do we start from the game? I don't even know. Can't even talk to y'all because I don't even know where to start. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the HOU Bullcast. I'm Aaron. I was not making a video last night. I was too mentally out of it. I watched the entire game from start to finish, going to sleep at 1 a.m. So I was not making a video for this team looking the way they looked. Shitty is what I'll say from all sides of the ball. Yeah, defense got 4 takeaways, but look what they did in the beginning. The first two drives of the Seahawks, they let up touchdowns. Who did I say in my last video to stop? JSN. Who didn't they stop? JSN. Stingley over there, you got paid, bro. You got paid this offseason. You got engaged last week, so we're all happy for you. And you're over there getting burnt by JSN, getting burnt by their tight end Arroyo, and it's just like, what are we doing defensively? Yeah, we got the takeaways in later in the game, but that's just because Seahawks just didn't step on the gas. They were kind of fumbling over themselves, giving us the ball to win the game, and we didn't take control of that. I'm getting to offense last, just for y'all to know. Special teams. Why in the hell do we have Braxton Berrios back at punt returner? That's on DeMeco. That's on Frank Ross. Why do we have him at punt returner? I literally laughed because he tripped while running. Jalen Noel over there was a great punt returner for how he looked throughout the season, and y'all want to put him to the side and let Braxton Berrios punt return? Get the hell out of here, bro. I don't even know where to start. And then also special team wise, Kaimi, they're saying Kaimi at the end of the game, he should have kicked it out of bounds to save us a second timeout because of 2 minute warning. No, he decided let's kick it in the field, knowing the Seahawks are going to run it back to kill the 2 minute warning, which they did. And then they reported, oh, that DeMeco told him to kick it out of bounds, but that Kaimi didn't. That's a lack of leadership. That's a lack of communication. That shit shouldn't happen. I don't even know why that happened, but this is terrible. Knowing that now it's defense and then special teams, correlating with bad communication, um, bad awareness of what to do with the situations in the game. When you have only one timeout, yet you don't want to give it back to them, letting them return it to kill that the 4 seconds that we could have used as a second timeout. But whatever. Uh, Speaking back on the defense, the undisciplined flags. Let's get into that. Aziz Al Shair. I understand that flag was kind of bullcrap, but still, why the hell are you doing that? Why are you tackling out of bounds the way you did? What else? The Stingley interception. What is up with y'all? Like, yeah, I understand we're getting beat, but then your frustration started coming out to where when Stingley got the interception, he had his hand all in Jason's face, taking off the helmet, and as soon as Jason pushes him slightly out of bounds, it wasn't like I thought it would have been a flag against Jason, but keep it cool. But then no, everybody else wants to get involved, push Jason on the bench. That's another flag. So it's pretty much like who's controlling who on this team right now because it doesn't look like DeMeco is controlling this team that way it looked yesterday. It doesn't look like Matt Burke controlled this team yesterday. I feel like Matt Burke did a terrible job at coverage at just his defensive schemes because I felt like Darnold had enough time each time he stepped back into the pocket shotgun wise. Yeah, we got to him a couple times sack wise, pressure wise, but that was pretty much later in the game when they were stepping over their own feet, giving us the game. They literally gave us the game, and whatever. Who else? Who else? Tim Settle. We literally could have gotten the ball back because it was third down for them at the end of the game, about like 1 minute left. Third down, they run a just a zone run with the fullback in front of the running back. They run it, y'all tackle him down. What does Tim Settle do? He over the entire on jumps on the entire group that was making the tackle. And what do they call that? They call that unnecessary roughness. What the hell are y'all doing? Like we didn't need a flag because we knew that would end the game. We didn't need them to get a first down because that would end the game. But no, y'all just decided to be a dumbass and let's jump on the pile when the pile's already down, knowing that we could have got the ball back. But kudos to the defense getting the 4 takeaways, yada yada. I'm not even give. The one person I will shout out is Will Anderson. He put enough pressure. He did everything he could. He was the reason for that touchdown. Funny enough, what was the first touchdown in the game for us? It wasn't offense. It was defense. That's sad. This is pathetic, dude. And I feel bad for Will Anderson. If y'all look at it, because I'm gonna get to the offense in a little bit. We all know that offense is terrible. Everything. Will Anderson is literally our next JJ Watt, and the reason being is he's a ferocious defender. He gets to the quarterback. He stops the run. He does so much for this team. He pours his heart into this team with his voice being heard. He's a leader on that defense. That same way as JJ was, just for the offense not to do shit, not to win, for not winning or even putting a fight up in the game, knowing the contributions that Will Anderson or years before JJ Watt did in the game, being a dominant pass rusher, run stopper. So yeah, Will Anderson, kudos to you. I'm sorry to you because you're doing so much for this mediocre team. That's the way I'm just gonna put it. I like it just sucks because I'm at a point where I don't even want to wear this logo, but I got it because this is what I do. This is the content I want to make for y'all. For doing it for myself and doing it for y'all. And then thank y'all once again for the subscribers, the likes, the views. I appreciate you all. And comment, any comments as well. I'll comment back to you as fast as I can whenever I see it. Let's get into the offense now. The offense. Let's start with the offensive line. How about that? I was optimistic. I thought maybe they could have done, something nice, holding, enough ground for CJ to have enough time. They looked good against the Titans. They looked good against the Ravens. But was I blind as hell because those were two terrible defenses that they went up against. So of course they're going to give CJ time because those are two terrible defenses. They go to Seattle. Seattle has a ferocious defensive line. Leonard Williams and the rest of the gang that they got over there. Kudos to them. They have a ferocious defense. Like if they get into the playoffs, hey, they might show up some people. But that offensive line was terrible. Arians Ursary, you're crap. Titus Howard, you did your job somewhat. Ed Ingram, you did all right. Jake Andrews, it's he does all right. He does decent. Then left guard. What did we do at left guard? If y'all haven't heard already, what did we do at left guard? Oh yeah, we were rotating Juice Scruggs and the trash ass acquisition of Lincoln Tomlinson that we got in the offseason. We knew that Lincoln was trash already. We saw it, and yet they decided let's rotate him and Juice at left guard. Maybe that'll work. It didn't. I it didn't. I don't know what is going on with DeMeco's decisions, Cole Popovich's decisions for the offensive line. Like, have y'all just given up? Have y'all just decided, well, we'll just do whatever we feel is necessary that we think might work? It didn't work. We looked like shit yesterday. The run plays didn't work. Who was the leading rusher of the game? Oh, it was CJ. Because why? Oh, because our running backs couldn't do shit. And speaking of running backs, why did I see Dario Gumawali on the field? Please tell me that he's a terrible blocker. Once again, he let up a big hit on CJ when CJ threw the ball. Dario's not a good blocker, so I don't know why the hell I see him on the field blocking. Like you got Chubb and you got Woody. Those are two guys that can block, but yet you have them on the sideline to have Dare on right there to block for CJ when you saw a couple weeks ago. And what did Dare do? Oh, he got blown up by a safety from the Buccaneers. And you think, oh, let's bring him back in. Uh, what else is there from the offense? Offensive line issues, the heavy blitzes, nobody communicates. There was literally a play where Jake Andrews, Ed Ingram, I believe it was either Lakin or Juice. I didn't get to see on the left guard position. They were they were blocking one guy only. And what does that lead to? An easy lane for the pass rusher to come through to hit CJ. And that's what happened. He sacked CJ because three guys were on one man. How does that happen? I don't understand where you go when you go into the film room today, tomorrow morning. At this point, film room doesn't even matter because you're shit. That's the way it is. Like this is the crappiest offensive line I've ever seen for this team. For this team in all of my years of a Texan fan, I've been a Texan fan since 2009. This is not a good offensive line. This is terrible. I feel even worse than last year. Aside from the flags, the crap ton of flags from last year, mainly from Laramie Tunsil. But like I said, Arion Ursary, you're a rookie, but man, you're getting beat. Like we had so much hope for you in the offseason training camp. You know, you going up against Daniil, you going up against Will Anderson. You know, getting good practice, but you in game, no, you're not even good. Let's get to the receivers. Nico, you dropped a wide open pass that you usually never drop, so that was surprising to me. Uh, you did what you could. You know, you got open as much as you could. Uh, Hopefully you have a speedy recovery because I know you were concussed at the end of the game. So speedy recovery to you. So as Texas fans, we don't even know if he's going to play on Sunday. He might not because concussion protocol keeps them a whole week and all that to evaluate them to see how they do. So Nico might not even play against the 49ers. So I have little hope going into that game. Jaden Higgins, you, oh man, that's where Jaden Higgins is not turning out the way he's supposed to be turning out. Getting he's not getting separation. Same with Xavier Hutchinson. Xavier Hutchinson's over there getting interviewed by media, like by Shannon Sharp and Ocho, talking about, oh, you know, now that I got my two touchdowns against the Ravens, maybe I'll do something more. He didn't do nothing. He didn't do crap. So keep the hype train down. These wide receivers are not good. The only one good that so far that I seen yesterday was Jalen Noel, who we've talked about before of utilizing. And when we utilized him, when at the end of the game, he was doing what he could, catching some great passes, beating his man because of his speed. So seeing that, you'd think maybe we should use Jalen Noel even more heading into the other games. But I have no hope for that because of who the OC is. But we'll talk about him in a little bit. Don't worry, don't worry. Another guy, Braxton Berrios. Why is he in the lineup? Why is he running routes? He's not good. He is literally at most a fifth string wide receiver. He's not a good wide receiver. He should not even be getting playing time the way he looks. Like it is pathetic the way they think, oh, maybe if we plug in Braxton Berrios because Christian Kirk is out, maybe we'll do something. Mm, That's a joke, dude. I swear. Tight end wise, Dylan Schultz, you did your best. You got over 90 yards receiving. Great job to you. I loved the way you looked. You looked great. You know, getting the yardage. You were getting hit badly, especially getting pushed out of bounds, which should have been a flag, but they didn't call it. But you were playing your ass off. So kudos to Dalton. He's honestly the offensive MVP the way it looked. Nick Chubb, Woody Marks, they didn't do crap. The offensive line just couldn't give them enough time or didn't make a hole for them to get through. They immediately got stuffed. Majority of the time, they were getting pushed back from the line of scrimmage for negative yards. So it just shows you how bad this offensive line was. And let's get into the main guy that we all know and love, CJ Stroud. Dude, you play like shit. You do not. You do not. I'm not. It's to Texan fans right now, to the diehard Texan fans, to those that don't want to hear the negativity. Newsflash for you: CJ's not looking like a franchise quarterback. It's getting to that point where he doesn't know how to unpressure himself when the pressure's on. When the pressure's on, he falls. When the pressure is on, he doesn't know where to go. He was literally throwing desperate passes. He was throwing passes into. He gave Nico a hospital ball. If y'all remember, if y'all saw that, he threw it when Nico already had a guy on him. He incomplete the ball. Meanwhile, there's a guy running up to him ready to hit him. So CJ's throwing hospital balls now to his wide receivers, which he never should be doing. Which he says, "Oh, I never try to do." Well, you did it now. You're getting your guys killed over there by throwing desperately. Your pocket awareness is terrible. Your decision making is terrible. When you did that first quarter bull crap of running backwards, which should have been a safety, I literally lost all hope for you and for the game because I already saw how this game was going to go when you pulled that crap. That should have been a safety. You're lucky that it wasn't a safety. But man, the way you are not Lamar, you are not Josh Allen, you are not Patrick Mahomes. So stop with the let me run outside the pocket, let me do this, let me do that, let me hold on to the ball too long. Get rid of the ball. That's quarterback 101. When you have pressure on you, get rid of it. Were you not watching from the sideline? Darnold, when he got pressure on him, he was literally throwing to his nearest weapon on the ground because he knew that it wouldn't be grounding. It'd be the wide receivers right there, so it'd be incomplete pass. No, you want to hold on to the ball too long. You want to feel maybe I can play a hero ball type scheme of making a play happen. No, this is what I've told you all week, these past few weeks of these sacks are on CJ, and a lot of these sacks were on CJ because he holds on to the ball too long. Yeah, the offensive line was letting up pressure, but still he holds on to the ball too long, trying to make a play happen. And what was the other dumbass play he did? He looked like Cam Ward uh, on Sunday. He threw the ball backwards. For a quarterback of his stature, he threw a ball backwards when he should have just taken the sack. It would have been I believe it would have been a yeah, it would have been fourth down. He should have just taken the sack. No, he gets twisted around by the defender and tries to throw it, and he threw it backwards. It should have been a touchdown, but thankfully the Seahawks fumbled it before they got into the end zone for it to be a touchback, which was a miraculous thing to happen. So yeah, so CJ, I can't even I don't even have anything to say to you because I'm not even gonna go over your stats because it's not even worth mentioning. It wasn't good. None of the offensive stats were good except for Dalton. That's it. Like I'm not even gonna go over stats because that's how shit this game was yesterday. And I apologize for the language, but as Texan fans, this is pathetic to watch. I've seen better better plays happen when we had less talent. Say from the years of Davis Mills when we played say when we upset the Chargers. That looked like a great offense compared to what we saw yesterday. The Deshaun Watson 2020 season where he had literally no wide receiver. He had Chris Moore. He had the sort of injured Will Fuller. He had Chad Hansen, and he was the leading passer of the league. So I don't understand how we have all this talent and we can't do nothing with it. Why? Because of the man who's the offensive coordinator for this team, Nick Caley. Nick Caley, I don't know how you're not fired. You are the luckiest man alive to be not fired already. But I'm gonna get into Miko in a little bit. Don't worry, don't worry. Nick Caley, you are a terrible, terrible offense coordinator. You could you couldn't even score at the 1 yard line. Once again, like you did against the Buccaneers, you were at the 1 yard line, second down, and you decided to do some dink and dunk type dumb ass plays when you could have just done constant tush pushes, a constant QB sneak, fullback run. No, y'all want to go play action. Y'all want to go, do a quick dump off. The Seahawks defenders are ready for that. They know it. You were in the same formation on third down, then fourth down. You were on the same formation. So what do you think they think you're gonna do? Oh yeah, pass. You're literally passing on the 1 yard line instead of running. And who's making the calls? It's Nick Haley. It's Nick Haley. The worst hire in Texans history at this point. He's the worst hire in Texas history because he's not it. We've all known this since we saw the first game against the Rams. We've all known this since the second game against the Buccaneers. He's not it, and how he's not fired, I don't I don't know, dude. I don't know why he's not fired. He's the most terrible offensive coordinator we've ever seen. Tim Kelly was our offensive coordinator. He got touchdowns. Bill O'Brien, he was our offensive coordinator. He got touchdowns. Who else was our offensive coordinator? Uh, I can't even think because I'm just blanked out right now. But Bobby Slowick. Bobby Slowick was our offensive coordinator. I wish Bobby Sloak was here because he would have got the touchdown at the 1 yard line. Because Nick Caley can't. Nick Caley can't. I miss Bobby Sloak. At this point, I miss him. Why? Because Nick Caley's crap. Oh my gosh. Who do I have to blame for Nick Caley though? DeMeco. DeMeco. At this point, I'm giving you one more year. I'm giving you one more year, and I'm done. I'm pretty much almost done with you already. Because if y'all haven't seen, he did a press conference today for the Houston media. He said there's not going to be no changes at the OC. So I lost hope for him there. I lost hope for him there already. I already lost respect for him. He just goes up to the podium, smiles, comes up with some kiss ass answers for the reporters because the reporters are putting the pressure, thankfully, on the questions of the OC struggles, the offensive struggles, the offensive line struggles, and he decides to just say, There's not gonna be no changes. Like let me read a report for y'all. Let me get it up on Twitter. Let me get it for y'all because I'm going in with DeMeco because I'm losing with him. Per Aaron Wilson from a tweet from Aaron Wilson. Texans DeMeco Ryans on Nick Haley and his evaluation of him at OC, as OC. We're pressing forward with everybody we have. We're collectively in this together. If you want to point the finger at somebody, put it on me. Ultimately, it's my job. We're rolling with what we have. As bad as it seems, we're still one possession from getting in the game tied. When he says that, saying we're still in the game, cut that shit out. We were never in the game with how the offense, like the defense was playing their ass off as much as they could to stop them to get the ball back to the offense, but the offense was never in the game. We were never in the game. So stop that, D'Amico. What was said? Can we find a way to make plays to do that? As ugly as it may be, it's about how you finish. We had opportunity to turn it around. It's a team collectively. We'll stick together as a team and find a way to do that. This dude does not know how to blame the offense. He will sit on his ass before blaming the offense. He will blame the defense before blaming the offense. That's how terrible of a coach he is. He is getting to the point where I'm tired of his press conferences. I'm tired of seeing him on the sideline just standing there quiet watching the offense struggle because you didn't see him because you already see when the defense struggles he'll get on to Matt Burke. Him and Matt Burke are next to each other. When the offense is struggling, you don't see him next to Nick Haley. You just see him far away watching the offense struggle their ass off, and he's just letting Nick Haley look nervous, look beat, look outcoached, and that's the way it was yesterday. So D'Amico, bro, I am giving you one more year because this is pathetic. I loved you as a linebacker for this team. You're the reason why I fell in love with the linebacker position. And then when you left the Texans, I was sad and upset. I was upset as a kid, and then I fell in love with Brian Cushion, the man that you were a veteran for. So whenever you came back, to be a coach, I was happy as hell. I was glad to see the culture change and everything. We'll get into that later. Don't worry. When culture change of bringing the sore mentality to Houston, but now you're just looking like a defensive coordinator. You're not even you don't care about the offense. You don't like if you cared about the offense, you would have pressed more on getting more offensive linemen in the draft this past year because at this point, we shouldn't have even, the way he's looking, we shouldn't have even drafted Jaden Higgins. We should have just drafted offensive line at his position because he's not even looking good. He's not even looking the way we thought he would look, being the same stature as Nico. We thought, oh, he's Nico Collins 2.0. We hyped him up. He's not. Jalen Noel, the guy, his teammate, his roommate, who we drafted later after him, it looks better than him, which is sad. So, yeah, so D'Amico, bro, you are awesome. I'm giving you one more year because this isn't it. Like I'm tired of seeing you too. I'm tired of your press conferences. Who else does this go on? Oh yeah, our GM Nick Casario, who's been here, who's run his years here way too long already. He should have been fired last year. We should have hired somebody new, somebody coming with a great mentality, someone who doesn't have Patriots in their blood. Why do I say that? Because we are the poor Patriots of the South. We and excuse me. Earlier this season, I talked about Nick Haley. Of his previous of me hating the whole. Oh, we're gonna run like the Patriots, but we're gonna pass like the Rams, or we're gonna pass like the Patriots and run like the Rams. And somebody had commented saying, "Oh, Nick Haley came from the Rams." Yeah, he came from the Rams because he was their tight end coach and assistant pass game coordinator to Sean McVay, his little stole boy over there. Before he was with the Rams, who was he with? He was the Patriots. Who was there with the Patriots at the time he was? Nick Casario. So who gave him the job as OC when it came to the interviews. It was Nick Casario. He was already buddy buddy with him. Who do we have on offensive line coach? Cole Popovich. Where did he come? He came from the Patriots organization. This is a poorly run, let's be the Patriots 2.0 type team. Like when you talk about dynasty, you think about the Patriots. When you think about other teams wanting to create their own culture, Steelers culture, uh, Patriots once again culture, Kansas City culture, who else? Cowboys culture, Texans copy culture because you want to copy the Patriots. In the offseason, Nick Haley literally said, "This is a Houston Texans offense. This is a Houston offense, not nobody else." This does not look like Houston. This does not look like a Houston offense. If you want to look at a Houston offense, go to TD Stadium. Look at the offense over there. That's a Houston. That's a Houston offense because they're 6-1, a record that I wish we were. Go to the high schools. Go to North Shore. That's a Houston football offense. Go to Dickinson High School. That's a Houston offense. Go to Katy. That's a Houston offense. Those are all high schools that have a Houston offense. Even the colleges from Rice to U of H, no matter the record, they still look better than your supposed Houston offense. I can't with this team, dude. But Nick Casario, you deserve to be fired, right? I don't know how bad you're kissing Cal McNair's ass, but you're doing a fine job because you did not do enough to get offensive lineman this offseason to protect CJ because you're looking at it now. CJ lost confidence, and once you lose confidence, you're just done. And that's the way CJ is. He lost confidence. He's pretty much out of it mentally, and that's what's going to make us lose games. That's what's going to make him get picked off the way he got picked off yesterday, throwing in a double coverage like a dumbass. What else? What else? But yeah, you already know Nick Caley and I got my boy JW posting the thumbnail of Nick Caley, Nick Caley with a Patriots shirt on, with Nick Casario tapping him on his chest because you see that they were plotting already. Of oh, don't worry, I see what you're doing. I'm gonna bring you in eventually as soon as we can, and that's what he did. You know what's sad to say? This is so depressing of a season. It's looking worse than the Jack Easterby season. And the Jack Easterby season was the worst thing that ever happened to us, but it's looking worse than that. That's what's terrible. And at this point, I'd rather deal with Jack Easterby than Nick Caley because, damn, at least we got more wins. At least we got some wins in, or we made our offense look somewhat good. Right now, our offense is abysmal because we can't score a touchdown at the 1 yard line or score any red zone touchdown. We needed the freaking defense to score a touchdown for us to even be in the game. Like that's how terrible it is, dude. Oh man, this team is a joke. Like I'm not like I said, I'm not even going over the stats of the game. You all saw the game. You all stayed up. You all killed yourself mentally with staying up late as hell the way I did. Like it was abysmal. Texas fans, I'm sorry for y'all. Like this is just terrible. I don't know what to think anymore. I'm not. I have no hope. I have no optimism. I had optimism going into this game because I thought, hey, we're coming off the bye week with a 2 game win streak. Yeah, it was against bad defenses, which I should have realized, which I should have thought of reality. I should have let reality hit me instead of acting like nothing's wrong. You know, had optimism going into this game, and look what happened. First drive, the first Texans drive answered all the questions that we needed. This is a shitty ass offense. This is a crappy team. The defense can show up sometimes. They'll let the big plays happen, like you saw with Jason catching everything he caught. It the defense will do their thing every game though. The defense will be the only reason why we're in games, and that's sad to say because then the offense doesn't the offense isn't as blamed because then they're going to blame the defense saying, "Oh, why'd you give up that many points?" Well, it's because the offense can't stay on the damn field. Like that's just the way it is. And yeah, the special teams, y'all have your weeks. Y'all have your good weeks, bad weeks. So y'all do y'all. I'm not even blaming y'all anymore. It's just the offense, dude. It's so depressing to talk about. Like I don't even know what to think with how confident we were going into the season, and now it's just sad. We're 2-4. We're third in the division. Jaguars ahead of us. Colts looking like the best team in the NFL, being 6-1. If the season ended right now, so be it. We'd have the 10th. We'd have the 10th overall pick in the first round. So be it. Let it happen. Keep us the way we are. Our offense is so bad. We look as bad as the Jets and the Titans. And and between both teams, they only have one win. That's how bad we look. We look as bad as the Titans and the Jaguars. No, not Jaguars. The Jets. I don't know where we go. I don't know where we go from here, guys. Uh, If y'all have anything to comment, comment in the comments below. I appreciate the love from y'all. I have got nothing else to say. This is just I've already given it up on the season because there's no hope. I don't see us going up against a team like, say, the Bills, the Niners. The Niners have, even though they lost Fred Warner, they still have a good coach defense, which is Robert Saleh, who CJ is not good against, uh, coordination wise, scheme wise. So I'm not confident in the 49ers game. I'm not, but I'll still talk about it heading into this week. I thought it would have been a good birthday week, winning last night, but it wasn't. I would have thought, hey, if maybe we lost, but it was a close game, I would have been subpar optimistic because as we were in the game, going back and forth. Say if it was a back and forth game offensively, I would have been optimistic on the season, knowing that we fought with the Seahawks, with that ferocious defense, with the 12th man of their crowd being loud. But no, there wasn't any of that. It was this offense didn't do nothing to make me happy. This offense didn't do nothing to make me optimistic. I don't know where we go from here. Nobody's showing up except Will Anderson. That's the only person that's showing up on this entire team out of all these players. CJ, I don't even know if you're it. You're not even it. I don't even know if you're the franchise quarterback anymore. I'm already giving up hope on you too. Like we're at this point, guys. We're at this point. I don't even know what to think. I sound so sad and I sound so depressed, but this is what it is being a Texans fan for so long. I could have been a fan of any other team, but I decided let's be a Texans fan. Look what happened. But overall, guys, that's all I got. The Texans have all the Seattle Seahawks. We're 2-4. I have no hope for coming back in the division. I have no hope of going on a win streak. Nothing. At this point, I'd rather Deshaun Watson be a quarterback. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, because at least he can make plays happen, make his decision. Because you saw how clutch he was when he donned that Texans uniform. CJ is just desperate. Another thing was when we were desperate, we were throwing deep route passes trying to get a first down. Nick Kelly was literally using the Madden playbook off of Madden. That's how desperate he was. He was just throwing. He was just making CJ dump it off to anybody he saw that he thought was open. Like that's how trash this offense is, dude. That's how trash these calls are. That's how trash the decision making is. But that's all I got, guys. I've got nothing else to go off of this game. Nick Casario, you deserve to be fired once again. DeMeco, I'm giving you one more year. Nick Cayley, you're not going to get fired. I already know it. You're not going to get fired anytime soon. Nobody's going to get promoted to OC. Nothing like that. We're just going to stay put. We're just going to ride through the season. If y'all want to watch games, watch games. If y'all don't want to watch games, uh, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna call you a non-Texan fan because at this point, we just lost hope. So it is what it is. But overall, guys, this is such a sad episode. But if you enjoy what we see, like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate the love y'all for giving me from TikTok to my YouTube channel in general. Once again, I have Twitter, which is like my handle HOU Bullcast. I tweet out. I'll retweet some stuff. Post thumbnail videos from my videos. So give my Twitter a follow if you can, just to keep it growing and growing. So once again, please, if you can, share this channel, share it to others, share it to anybody that's a Texas fan or just NFL fan that would like to see a depressed Texan fan. Uh, but overall, guys, I appreciate the love. I appreciate everything y'all do, from the views to the likes to the subscriptions to the comments. I will comment. I will reply to any comment I see. Uh, an interesting topic that I wanted to bring to y'all is like, for y'all to comment back or anything, is maybe one day we do a live stream. I give y'all a number to call. Y'all call. We'll do like a radio host type thing. Y'all call in. I'll let you speak your honest opinion on this team. The Just speaking your voice. I want to be the voice of the voiceless. Y'all speak your mind. I'll give you this platform to talk on if y'all need to. Especially if anybody wants to do a Zoom call or anything like that. Like my main guy JDW, who is a Colts fan. Funny enough that y'all wouldn't think that a Texans and Colts fan would be friends. We are, and he's the reason why I have this channel, and I appreciate him. But yeah, if any fan from Texans or any other team wants to ever come on, let me know. I'll hop you on real quick because I'd love to talk football. I'd love to talk Texan football or any other football, whether it be college, whether it be high school, whether it be any other team. I will literally engage with any fan that wants to engage with me because I see the love that's been given to me and I want to give it back to y'all. So I appreciate y'all so much. But once again, guys, this has been Aaron. This is the HOU Bowcast. Please share, like, and subscribe this my channel, this video, everything you can, because I want to keep this content growing and growing. I want to make this a career for myself. I want to do this for y'all. I want to do this for myself, and I want to do this for y'all. I want to get this somewhere that we can all grow together. This isn't going to be no. This isn't going to be no. Oh, the Texans can do no wrong. No, this is a speak your mind type channel. This is a I want the Texas fans that cannot be heard heard. So this is who we are. This is what we are. So that's all I got, guys. Thank you once again for tuning in this video. If you stayed this long, I appreciate y'all so much. Y'all have a great week. Stay safe and peace out.